ONeill here on The Rich Eisen Show. You were part of Chuck Noll's first ever training camp. Is that a true story?
That is a true story. When I tried out for Pittsburgh in '69, it was Noll's first year.
Who else was there in this training camp?
Joe Green, Terry Hanratty, who was the quarterback from Notre Dame.
Sure.
When we walked down the stairs and we saw the guys milling around, my father said to me, you sure you want to do this?
Reggie Wayne here on The Rich Eisen Show.
There's nobody that prepared, that was ready for a game more than Peyton Manning. I'm like, there's no possible way this guy has a social life. 365 days a year, he is football. Now you can chill and finally have an adult beverage.
Are you thinking about still playing? Because, I mean...
You never know. You never know.
Okay.
I tell you what, after I hand them papers in, you'll be the first to know.
Okay.
That I've handed them in.
Do you want to go play in Buffalo just so you could see Ed Reed coach up close and personal?
That I do not want to do.
David Faraday joining me here. Who's the one guest that you haven't had yet that you'd love to book?
Bill Murray doesn't like to talk about Caddyshack. Every college dorm had a copy of Caddyshack. People know the dialogue to them. I mean, rat farts. Who doesn't love rat farts?
Well, Spalding, I think, was double turds.
That's right.
If I'm not,
right.
I'm mixing up my rat farts and double turds, David.
And you know it must be me on the other end of the line.
Yeah. What was the big break for you? Was it Married with Children?
I saw the guy as my uncle.
Al Bundy, you're saying?
Yeah. Well, my uncle was like resigned. He'd get home from work and he'd come in the house and my aunt, his wife, would say, Joe, I ran over the dog in the driveway today. He's dead. And Joe would say, what's for dinner?
I've got Jim Harbaugh, head coach of the University of Michigan, joining me here.
Here's the test.
Sure.
You want to be a coach.
Okay.
You would rather go to a coaching clinic than a concert.
Like, is it a Bieber concert? Like, whose concert is it? Well, there's some coaches
You
who...
failed. You failed.
I failed.
You failed. Don't be a coach.
Okay. Robin Yount joining me here. Do you have a good Bob Uecker story?
I was shown the ropes by Bob Uecker and was still able to make the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure I get enough credit for that. He's as popular a brewer as there's ever been, and he never wore a brewer uniform. You know, when he does those movies, Major League, he's not even acting. That's the guy.
Brad Nortman, Jacksonville Jaguars? I mean, you're newsworthy, Brad. Don't let anybody tell you differently.
What you're doing for punters everywhere. We are so proud.
Somebody's got to take up the cause for you, Brad. You are helping blaze the trail, my friend.
Don't buy into the lie that punters aren't valued. Rich, with you, we're raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too. They get signed like other people too.
Yes.
And the movement is strong.
We need you on that wall. Asking the poll question.
What's your favorite Ed O'Neill role? Married with Children, Modern Family, Little Giants, Wayne's World, who owns Stan Mikita's Donuts, Blue Chips, or Dutch?
Did you forget that about Wayne's World right there?
I had.
Wayne's World 1 and 2. You're in both.
Tom Werner here on The Rich Eisen Show.
I found out recently I was in an Uber and my driver told me I had a very low Uber rating. I now I bring a box of chocolates.
You do?
In fact, I asked an Uber driver if he wanted to come in for a glass of wine after he dropped me off at home.
Yeah, I think our Uber rating demands that the driver come with a bottle of cologne cracked over his head. It's like, seriously, Dracar Noir has been released within the confines of the automobile.
Right.
Good to see you, Brandon Marshall. Your quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
That's who I was texting right.
Are you texting him right now?
Yeah. Can I FaceTime you on the Rich Eisen Show?
What did he say?
He said, come on, I don't want that.
He's from Harvard.
I speak Harvard. That means yes.
You absolutely do not speak Harvard. Coach, thanks for calling and appreciate you getting out of the film room to chat.
All right, you're giving me the broom off the
No, my gosh, we've talked.
You're moving on.
No,
I can feel your closing paragraph. I'm trying to get better at interviews. I'm trying to.
No, you.
Best of the week.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.